Hi, this is Lance Pugmire. I'm the boxing reporter at the Los Angeles Times, and the Times is fortunate enough today to have Manny Pacquiao with us to discuss his new film. It's a documentary named Manny, and it opens in select theaters nationally on Friday, and also it's available on demand. It's a story of his life narrated by the award-winning actor Liam Neeson. Manny, thank you so much for being here with us today. It's great to see you. And I just wanted to ask you to start with, do you feel like the film did justice to your life story?
Yes, I believe that this film will inspire people, especially boxing fans.
What do you hope that the film conveys? What's the message that you want the people who come and watch this film to be left with?
The main message of this film is even when you accomplish your dream or you become a successful person, you stay humble. And this movie it's give more information about my life before I become like this.
Did you appreciate allowing that access and allowing those cameras to come in and look at you outside of the ring and how you are with interacting with people?
Yes, I appreciate of the teams, and I appreciate of the director and the producer of this film, and I'm so thankful to all the persons who helped this movie, and of course the actors, especially Mark Wahlberg and Liam Neeson, who are helping this movie also.
You know, in dealing with you for several years now, I often wonder because in my career I deal with several multimillionaire athletes, and they're not always the most outgoing, friendly people. They change. The money changes them. Why are you the way you are and have been pretty much unchanged, even though all these millions of dollars have come your way?
I think the most important thing is I experience, it's good to have to experience the life, to have plenty, and the life to have empty. So that's a good experience, and I think the most important thing is the way you treat other people, the way you love one another.
Did people always treat you fairly when you had nothing?
Well, we cannot say all the people treated me like that, but we have to understand that that's human.
Yeah. You've been involved in, and again, I've been at many of your key victories, and I've always wondered, what's it like for you? What is running through your mind after that victory, whether it be in the ring or when you get back to the dressing room after and appreciate and are absorbing, what that victory meant to your life and where you come from? Do you think back all the way to your long history?
After every victory that I had after the fight, when I go back to my dressing room, I'm thinking to go back to my country, and thinking about the people, how I entertain them, how I make them happy, and how I can help them. What is in my mind is after the fight is, it's okay, I can help more. And like that.
You definitely, I know the whole country of the Philippines gathers and watches all of your fight, and now your work as a congressman, you have done that tangible work to help them. What are your political aspirations in the Philippines? How far do you want to take it? Do you want to become president of the country at some point?
Whatever my position is right now is I'm happy for that, and focus right now is to focus on how I can help the people, especially in my province. And what I'm doing right now is it's very good, and I'm so happy because I'm giving them this is not a government money, it's in my own money. I bought a land and divided to for a house, and give it to build a house, and then give it to the family who don't have a house.
Wow.
And then it's free, and I'm happy, giving like that. My heart is so happy when I give to the family that don't have a house, I feel so released and light and happy when you help people.
And you've also worked to bring a hospital to your province, correct? Or you're trying to do that right now?
Yeah, exactly. And then hopefully this year, that's our target, is we will finish that hospital for the province, because a lot of people need really help, especially medical assistance.
Outstanding work. So you're just going to play it by ear in regards to whether you go to senator or seek the presidency or something like that. You're just going to see how your boxing career finishes and then go for and make those decisions from there.
Yes.
Okay. You right now you're in a sort of a waiting game, as far as we know. You're waiting for Floyd Mayweather basically to sign off on the television, the pay-per-view element of this fight. At least that's what his people are saying where he's at right now. How are you holding up to this waiting game, and what is it like for you to wait? At any moment you may get a decision that, you know, Floyd Mayweather is ready to at long last fight you.
Well, we're just there's initial talk with my promoter and in his promoter, and of course other people involved with this, and then my promoter and I will already agreed of the term and condition of whatever he wants, and we're just waiting for the signed contract from them, and that's the hard part, if they will fight or not, because if they will not, we have to know soon, because of course if they will not fight, we can move on and choose another opponent.
What is your expectation? Do you believe that he will finally agree to fight you?
Well, for me, I don't have really an idea, but for me is I think the people, the fans deserve it. You know, deserve this fight. No more people keep on bothering me to ask a question of how will this fight happen, and I think it's time to make it happen.
Have you thought of? I know previously you had a conversation with Floyd years ago. Have you thought of picking up the phone and trying to talk to him again? And if you did have the opportunity to say anything to him, what would it be?
Well, I think I don't need to. It's not my business to talk directly for interpreting in the job that I'm. It's not my job, you know. That's the promoter's job. My job is a boxer, to know how much I get, and to know and to prepare in the fight. And for talking about the negotiation, the fight, and that's the promoter's job. We don't want to step, you know, in the other's job.
What would getting the Mayweather fight mean to you? I mean, you have taken basically anyone that wants to fight you. You agree to the fight. You've taken on some outstanding boxers throughout the years. Getting to this fight, what is that challenge like for you?
The challenge is, you know, we know that he's undefeated. Floyd Mayweather he's undefeated, and he's claiming that he's #1 pound for pound in the world, and of course for me, I just want to prove to myself that he's really #1. If the fight is on and he will beat me, I'm already convinced that he's the #1 pound for pound. But if he's going to fight me and I'm going to fight, and then he's not really the #1 and I'm the #1.
Well, there you go. I remember when we were talking in Macau, and I thought it was a private thing because I didn't want to violate any negotiations. But I said, Manny, you know, they're talking a lot about a 60-40 purse split. Is that something that you would be okay with? And immediately you said, oh yeah, I'm fine with that. Well, they're sitting there and they're hung up on things like the money and like who's going to produce the broadcast and stuff like that. You've already, like you said, have agreed the full terms. Why are you the way that you are on that thing and not so picky about all this other stuff that perhaps could be hanging up the fight?
We just want to make that fight happen for the sake of the fans, for the sake of you know, millions of people around the world watching and very excited to watch that fight, to see that fight. And I think we have to, you know, agree all the terms and conditions, and that's what we agreed with my promoter Bob. And there's an initial talk with my promoter and their promoter, and of course some other people.
In November in Macau, you had a dominant performance over Chris Algieri, knocked him down 6 times in the fight. That's a personal best for you. Did you feel like that fight, more than any other fight, showed that you are all the way back from what happened to you when you were knocked out by Juan Marquez in 2012?
Just on that fight, I'm just proving that I'm still in that arena. I'm still in that level, that I'm hungry for winning.
How enthused would you be about your career, about the next step in your career, if the worst happens and the Mayweather fight does not happen? How enthused would you be, say, if your next opponent is Amir Khan? Is that something you can get up for?
There is yes, one of the opponent is American, is the one in line, but there's other option also. I want to know from them as early as, you know, as we can, because so we can, if they fight, if they will fight, we will announce, and if not, then we have to move on and pick another opponent.
I was thinking about you recently. I just had a conversation. Muhammad Ali was in the hospital, and I had to reach out to someone who maybe could give me an update on his condition. And the man who actually provided it was George Foreman. Now, back in 1974, you could not have asked for two men that hated each other more than these two men. But now, George Foreman is like hanging on, you know, everything that happens with Ali. They're best friends. They're always talking to each other. Is that something that, I mean, this is what's at play. This is the legacy that's at play for both you and Mayweather. Are you hoping beyond hope that this does not slip away from you? That it's not necessarily about your super fight, it's about the rest of your lives. And for every time that guy's name is mentioned, you know, there's going to be a feeling.
You know, for me as a person, if you ask me inside my heart, you know, I'm not angry with anybody. I'm not, you know, I don't have hatred with anybody, and my job is to box, and then if the fight will be on, it's just in the ring. But outside the ring, I always love other.
At the end of the day, I mean, your ultimate decision, do you think it's going to happen?
I don't have an idea. Because for us, we already waiting for the signed contract, and then if he don't sign and or not, you know, it's up to them. I mean,
have you been told that this is a more important week than any other week, that it's probably going to happen or not happen this week?
we have, of course, the deadline. Then if we don't get a response from our deadline, and then we have to move on and pick another opponent.
When is that deadline?
Within this month.
Okay. Well, Manny, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
coming by,
Thank
talking about your film, talking about the Mayweather fight that everyone wants to see, and have a good trip through the rest of this week. I know you're headed to the Miss Universe pageant at the end of the week,
you.
so have fun there.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you,
great
sir.
seeing you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right.